So we made it out here. I'm at the Wright Brothers National Memorial right now. And out at this location, this is where the first 4 flights took off, right over here to my right-hand side. We're going to walk around, check this place out, and see what we can find. Now, this isn't just a story about the Wright brothers out here. Before the Wright brothers, many inventors and scientists and thinkers had gotten together on several different designs, several different ideas for different versions of flight. One of the first real flying apparatuses took place in the Potomac, where an aircraft that was built with an engine actually flew around in circles over the Potomac and then crashed into the water. That was an unmanned aerial craft. So the manning portion of it was something that no one thought would ever be possible. Now, the Wright brothers and other scientists were inspired by the Zeppelin. Mr. Zeppelin himself was actually inspired during the American Civil War by flights when he manned a balloon with the Union Army and was over Virginia overlooking the fields. His flights in those balloons would actually inspire his first designs, and he would come up with that Zeppelin. The Zeppelin would be the design that a lot of these scientists would look to for guidance when it came to creating aircraft or creating prototypes. It all starts back really during the Civil War. It's pretty amazing. Well, this is it. I'm at the marker of the 4th flight out here where it ended, December 17th of 1903. Now, they had to have photographers out here to capture this because we're talking about flight, manned flight. And in order to prove this, you need to have someone capture it. And capture it they did on camera and proved it to the entire world. Now, this is huge. 1903 is when this first flight happens. And it's not too long after that the United States Navy actually adopts flight as part of its warfare and brings airplanes on ships. It's pretty amazing, the time frame. Now, the Wright brothers are pretty successful men. They've built themselves a successful business in Ohio, and they've become pretty obsessed with the idea of flight. In 1896, the brothers are pretty upset about a couple of things. Are pretty wired up about it. First, Lilienthal ends up dying in a glider accident. Then, Langley does the first successful unmanned flight, the flying machine. So now the Wright brothers, they have this gut feeling that they can make it happen. And they start writing the Smithsonian. That's when it all starts to take off. So the distance between the third and fourth flight's pretty massive. That fourth flight's right behind me. That's where it lands. This is where the third flight lands, right here. And just out in front of that third flight is another marker for the second flight. And as it says there, time about 12 seconds and distance of 175 feet. Well, that was a nice climb. So it's December out here, and even though this is North Carolina and on the coast and a beach, it still gets pretty cold. The men are out here with their flying machines coming out of their hangar, lining up in the pools of water around the land. It's frozen over. You can see ice everywhere. Both of the brothers are dressed in suits and ties, long jackets. They hop into the machine, one brother guiding the wing, and the other brother at the controls. And then they launch off. They let go of the restraining strap, and that machine takes off. And as it's taking off, it all of a sudden lifts up into the air under the weight of a man. One witness nearby said, "They did it. They done flew." Sounds like he might be from North Carolina. It's amazing. North Carolina always calls themselves the first in flight. And that's true. Our state here is known for being the first in flight. But it was two brothers from Ohio that created the contraption that would one day inspire the first steps on the moon, flight to outer space, and many, many different things that happened afterwards. Here, you can't overstate the importance of this history in Kitty Hawk in North Carolina. I hope you've enjoyed this small video coming here from here in North Carolina as much as I've enjoyed walking around this place and checking it out for myself. I'm inspired just by standing on these grounds. Until next time, this is History with the Waffles.